you guys, welcome back to the channel. So I'm going to go over a bunch of things that I do on a regular basis, mostly daily. And I'm just going to tell you some things that I do to save money, because we all know that, whether you're literally trying to save money, you're paying off debt, maybe you're trying to build wealth, whatever stage in all of this you're in, there are certain behaviors that we have that make these things possible. And as you're listening to mine, definitely put down in the comments some of the things that you do on the regular, because I would love to read them and I know everybody else would too. So I'm just going to get into this. So the first one is I'm going to just look down here because that's where all my lists are. I keep a running calendar on my fridge. Now this does many things. One, it keeps it to where I'm not missing appointments. Because as you know, if you miss a doctor's appointment or whatever, they can charge you if you forgot about it or whatever, you didn't give them 24 or 48 hour notice. So that's definitely something. But also maybe different bill times that are coming up. There's so many things you can do with a calendar on your fridge. You can also put it on the side if you don't want it on the very front. But just somewhere, it doesn't even have to be on your fridge, but somewhere that you can see it regularly, that just kind of keeps it all organized, right? So the next one is I keep a running grocery list as well. And this, for obvious reasons, saves a lot of money. Because when you take that to the grocery store with you, you are more likely to follow the list, right? Without it, you're guaranteed to spend so much more money. Now, even if you get a couple of things that maybe are not on that list, the simple fact that you have a list makes you like 40% more likely to save a bunch of money at the grocery store. So that's one thing. Now, another one is washing in cold water. I know a lot of people think that washing in warm water or cleaning in warm water, whatever the case, is better. Well, as far as your clothes go, they don't break down as quickly when you use cold water, but also it's just cheaper, right? You're not having to use as much water out of the water heater, yada yada. It just is all around better. It's cheaper, makes your clothes last longer. The next one is batching my errands. I only go, about once a week. Occasionally I'll have to go more into town, and it's about a half an hour for me to go to town, but even when I lived in town, I would try to do this, just batching all of my errands. Although it didn't have a cool name back then, but just to save gas, that's what I would do. It obviously saves gas, but it also kind of forces you to kind of think, like, starting with the furthest away, what's on this side of the road, what can I do on that side of the road, just forces you to be more mindful of it. And anytime you're more mindful about something, you are more likely to hit whatever goal you have. Another thing I do is I have lemon water first thing in the morning before I have coffee, which it just helps, one, hydrate first thing in the morning. And I don't mean water with just like a little lemon wedge. I mean, I squeeze half a lemon in my water. And that just allows my body to flush. It does what it needs to do. And also, there's the saving on doctor bills in the future. It's just good all around. Everybody knows you should drink water in the morning. I just add lemon to mine because it adds a little bit of glucose, a little bit of some mineral salts, Anyway, it's just all around good. So I do that too, just because it saves on medical bills later. And also, I just like the way it makes me feel. So there's that. The next one is not going to be a surprise. I cook at home a lot to save money. Also what I do is, like, for dinner, if for example, I will cook more than I need for dinner, and then my husband will take it for lunch. We'll eat on it for a couple of days. That way I'm not cooking every single night. And also, I don't really know how to cook small. So it's kind of a running joke. I'll be making a pot of soup or whatever, and my husband will say something like, "Oh, we're having the National Guard over for dinner tonight," just being a smart aleck. But I don't know how to cook small. And that's fine, because I can either freeze some of it, give some of it away, which I do quite often. My husband will take it to work. It all works out great. And plus we have, some for lunches and whatever. But I mean, if you're going to dirty up all the dishes anyway, you might as well make more than you need. So the next one is we have coffee at home. And not just coffee at home. We bring whatever drinks we're going to have from home. And we'll bring a coconut water or a bottled water. Very seldom do we ever bring a bottled water. But we'll just bring generally a coconut water or some coffee from home, whatever the case may be. Almost always we bring a coffee or a tea or something like that. But it's from home because I don't want to be spending that much. So this was really interesting. So people spend like $200+ a month for couples. Spend $200+ a month on coffee. Now, I mean, you could kind of argue that that might be times 2, depending on, whether one or both of them is getting coffee, super frequently. But that is insane to me. And also, I forgot to say that when I looked it up, couples spend $373 a month on average on eating out. Now that would be super beneficial for a lot of people's grocery bills if they were to be able to add that money to their grocery bill instead of just eating out. That would be amazing. Could you imagine how good of a pantry you could have for $300 a month if you were solely focused on that? That would be amazing. Okay, the next one is I tidy up every single day to make sure that I want to be here. I cannot handle everything being a mess, everything disarray. I can't handle it. I can't handle the house being super cluttered up. I'm an order person. I just would rather have it be nice, right? And I mean, who doesn't want to have their house look tidy, right? Like that's the best thing about going to, say, an Airbnb or something like that. To where, I mean, whenever you walk in, it's like, wow, this is great, right? Because it is. It feels great to have everything in order. And so the next one is I research what I can make versus like buying something. So for example, I've made what I call house seasoning, which is, garlic powder, onion powder, salt and pepper. And I use it for everything. And it is absolutely amazing. And then you can also make your own, like Lowry's, if you have paprika, salt, pepper, garlic powder, onion powder. It's amazing. It is absolutely delicious. I have made it. It works great. And it actually smells like that. It has that smell. It's fabulous. You can make taco seasoning. You can make your own like brown gravy packets. You can make all of that stuff. And it's amazing. The other thing you can do, which this was cool. This was kind of a newer one for me. But you can make brown sugar just with regular old sugar. And then for every cup of sugar, you put a tablespoon of molasses in there. And then you just put it like in your mixer or use a hand mixer or whatever. And just mix it all up until it looks like what it's supposed to look like, right? How dark you want it. And that's the other thing. You could add more molasses or less if you want it, darker, lighter, if you, the flavor profile that you're after. So that's something you can do. There are so many things you can do from home with the stuff that you already have. It's amazing. So that's another thing I do at least a few times a week. I will research something, check it out. I'll Google it. I'll ask somebody. I am always wanting to know what I can do to where I don't have to purchase something out of using stuff I already have, right? Okay. And then the last one is I make my bed every day. And I know that doesn't really have anything to do with saving money, but it's absolutely amazing to get into a bed that's made, right? And it just feels good. And it's kind of a luxury, that's how I kind of feel about it. It's like a luxury where it feels good. It's to get into it and it's clean. And I don't know. I just absolutely love it. It just makes you feel good, right? And when you're all about, trying to save money and whatever, sometimes we get a little stressed about this. So getting into a bed that just feels amazing is just like, oh, it's such a great thing. Like whenever you make that perfect cup of coffee. Oh, talk about a luxury. It is the best thing. All right, so I want to know some of the things you do down in the comments. Let me know. Give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you like this kind of stuff, and I will talk to you in the next one. All right, bye.